Okay, I'm gonna hop back in and finish talking about all this stuff. All right, so magazines, blogs, websites that they visit, conferences that they attend, gurus. That's basically people that they listen to, speakers and stuff like that, that they influenced by. Other spend times on LinkedIn for that. Whatever. Just get as much information as you want. Okay. Now let's go over here to challenges and pain points. What are their challenges? What was my challenge when I was trying to gain muscle 2 years ago? My challenges was um one of my main challenges was being consistent. Being consistent, you know, pushing myself, stuff like that. Okay. Sit down and really and you want to think about the main challenge. What? That's not even my ringer. I guess it is. Excuse me. But you want to think about the things that they're challenged with the most, that you were challenged with the most. If you're taking the first, if you're doing it, if you're starting with yourself, think about the thing that challenged you the most. If you're starting with a specific client, put down the thing that challenged them the most. If you're doing your own due diligence, you got to do your own due diligence. Figure out what out of that person, what is this person struggling with the most? What is the main challenges? Okay, and then they main pain points. What are they scared of? What are their mental blocks? What are their limiting beliefs? Like what is affecting them on a deep level where it's like it's keeping them from getting to that next step? Like what are they pain points? A pain point is called a pain point because it's painful to them. It's something that they struggle with, and that's like they're afraid of it. They're not necessarily afraid of their challenges. They're not afraid to be consistent. They're not afraid to push themselves. But the pain point, it can be embarrassed by it. It can be something that has to do with low self esteem, some trauma, you know, or just anything. Just something that is going to be based in a lot of fear and anxiety. I can say that, a lot of fear and anxiety. So one of my pain points was, what were my pain points? So 2 years ago, when I wanted to gain 60 pounds of muscle, one of my pain points, one of my pain points, what was I afraid of? I can't. I mean, I was probably afraid that it was unhealthy. Honestly, I was like, because I weighed one. Last 2 years ago, I probably weighed 130. I'm like, if I get up to 190 pounds, that's probably not healthy. It's probably not healthy for my frame because I have a small frame and stuff like that. So that was one of my pain points, but I can't think of too many right now, right? Not off the top, but you can do just some research and really just meditate and think about something that people are afraid of. You know what I'm saying? Something that's making them doubt themselves, right? It got to be something it's a mental block that's keeping them from taking, from going all in, right? So when you think of pain points, think of that, all right? That's kind of what separates it from a challenge, okay? Now, right here we have objections and roles in the purchase process. This is when you come to sell and offer your product. So objections are going to be excuses that they're going to have. Well, I can't do that because of this, because I ain't got time. Yeah, all right, that's probably one of mine. I ain't got time. I got to build a business. I got to do lift. I got to take care of it. I ain't got time to be in the gym for 4 hours every day. I ain't gonna be a bodybuilder. That was another one. I ain't trying to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't need to do all that. And I kind of talked myself out of it. And if somebody was trying to sell me on the idea, I was telling them the same thing because these are stories that I'm telling myself. So if you're trying to sell me something, I don't want to do it because I'm not convinced yet. I'm gonna tell you these same stories. I'm gonna be like, no. So you want to write that down. You know what I'm saying? So you can have something to say when that come up, and then they roll in the process. You know what I'm saying? Can they spend this money with you? Do they have the right to do that? Are they too young? Do they need to ask their wife? Whatever. Write that down so you can have something to say if those things do come up. So with that being said, do all of this. In the next video, we'll be going over building your website from scratch. Till then, King sees.